Every time a new Pokemon spin-off drops, the community asks one question: who made the cut? In Pokemon Champions, the roster is a curated list of powerhouses, fan favorites, and one very small yellow mouse. Today, we're dissecting the selection process to see if these Pokemon earned their spot through competitive dominance or if they got in by pure popularity alone. First, you have the pseudo-legendaries. Icons like Garchomp, Dragapult, and Tyranitar are vital because they provide the mechanical depth that a game like Champions needs. They represent the power fantasy of Pokemon: high speed, crushing offense, and complex strategies. However, relevance in the VGC isn't always about being cool. Torkoal, Pelipper, and Politoed aren't traditionally popular. They don't move merchandise like a Charizard would. So why are they here? Well, that's because they're a backbone of competitive play. As the premier weather setters for sun and rain teams, their presence is mandatory for a healthy meta. We see this with other unflashy staples like Sableye and Whimsicott. They may not be traditional cool Pokemon, but they're included because without their unique prankster abilities, the delicate balance of high-level Pokemon battling would fall apart. One of the most telling signs of the selection process is how heavily the game leans into Mega Evolution. This is evident with a lot of the Generation 3 Pokemon. Almost every single Hoenn inclusion in the game is capable of Mega Evolving. The only exceptions are a select few who serve highly specialized roles. Pelipper and Torkoal for weather as mentioned earlier, Milotic as a bulky defensive pivot, and Castform as a unique mechanical wildcard. Ironically, the biggest Hoenn icons are missing: the starters. Even though Sceptile, Blaziken, and Swampert all possess fan-favorite Mega Evolutions, they were left on the sidelines, proving that even a Mega Evolution wasn't a guaranteed golden ticket into the game. Speaking of missing starters, the only other starter trio that isn't here are the Galar starters. Rillaboom, Cinderace, and Inteleon are massive staples of modern competitive play and huge fan favorites, yet they are nowhere to be found. Looking at who didn't make the cut is just as interesting as who did. We see a pattern of niche filling based on visual appeal. Why did Gardevoir, Araquanid, and Dedenne make it over their visual counterparts like Gothitelle, Galvantula, and Togedemaru? The answer lies in the visual logic of the game. When you look at Gardevoir next to Gothitelle, Gardevoir offers an incredibly elegant, flowy silhouette that is instantly recognizable from a distance. While Gothitelle has notorious competitive history with its Shadow Tag ability, its design is much more niche compared to the broad ethereal appeal of Gardevoir. Similarly, Araquanid provides a more unique alien vibe with its bubblehead design compared to the more traditional spider look of Galvantula. Even among the Pikachu clones, Dedenne was chosen over Togedemaru likely due to its warmer colors and a shape that feels more iconic to the general public. In a game meant to appeal to everyone, cool factor and a recognizable silhouette often outweigh a specific stat spread. These Pokemon were selected because their general vibe was a more appropriate fit for the game's aesthetic at this time. Perhaps the biggest shock, however, is that there are no legendaries in the game at all. In a game titled Pokemon Champions, you'd expect to see the likes of Mewtwo or Lugia, but they've been completely omitted. It's also worth noting that as of right now, none of the Paradox Pokemon are in the roster. This might seem like a snub to the current meta, but it's likely a calculated move. While some of these choices feel incredibly random, the live service nature of the game means the current roster is likely just the first chapter. We should expect to see these heavy hitters added at a future date. But then we hit the true head scratchers. If the roster is built on power or popularity, how do we explain these oddballs? Take Watchog or Stunfisk. These aren't exactly topping the usage charts in VGC, nor are they winning any beauty pageants. Then you have the elemental monkeys, Simisage, Simisear, and Simipour. They occupy a strange middle ground. They aren't competitive staples, and they often rank lower in fan popularity polls compared to other Unova species. Their inclusion suggests there might be a third hidden metric at play. Are they here to fill specific elemental niches? Or are they budget picks to balance the roster? Or could it just be as simple as the developer at the studio who just really loves Stunfisk? And finally, every single playable Pokemon is a fully evolved, formidable monster. Except for one. Pikachu is the only non-fully evolved Pokemon in the entire game. From a competitive standpoint, this makes zero sense. We already have Raichu, which has better base stats and a more diverse move pool. But Raichu isn't the face of a billion-dollar franchise. Pikachu is here because the game is called Pokémon Champions, and without the mascot, it would feel incomplete to the general public. So, what is the true philosophy behind the Pokémon Champions roster? Did the developers look at spreadsheets of VGC usage data to ensure the most balanced competitive experience possible? Or did they just look at merchandise sales and use the silhouettes to ensure the game looked as iconic as it could be? When you look at the blades of Gallade next to the flat, blank stare of Orthworm, the logic starts to blur. Is this a celebration of strength or a celebration of brand? Does this roster feel like a champion lineup to you, or are there too many bench warmers? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, see ya!